Hello there, I am Tommy Taco, and the Yankees did it. I finally scored some runs after the last two user games I played, scoring no runs. The Mets held the Yankees scoreless until the seventh inning when Aaron Hicks went big fly, and the Yankees finish off the 2-1 victory over the inner city rival Mets. Pete Alonso hit an RBI double in the first inning for the Mets for their lone run. For the Yankees, Aaron Hicks with the go-ahead two-run home run. Mike Tauchman added 2 hits as the Yankees scatter 7 hits over the game and win by a score of 2-1. Noah Syndergaard takes the loss. He pitched 7 innings and struck out 9. Garrett Cole picks up his 12th win on the season for the Yankees. Aroldis Chapman came in and recorded his 13th save, so hopefully he's turning things around, even though he's being rumored to be shipped out of town by the Yankees. They're fielding offers for him. So we'll see if he can rebound and be his normal dominant self. Now, as far as the rest of the games up until the All-Star game, I played this game that you see here. Then I quick managed these 2 games, and then quick managed the remaining 2 games. However, I had some corrupt files and some issues in recording, so we'll just go over those real quick. The Yankees sweep the Mets in the short 2-game series in the Bronx. J.A. Happ picks up the win in relief in this game. The Yankees defeat Edwin Diaz with a run in the 11th inning for the 3-2 Yankees victory. Then there was an off day. Played Texas, quick managed session, and got shut out. And that day, the Yankees had 8 hits. The Rangers also had 8 hits, but they had 3 runs to go along with it. Let's see. Nothing doing for the Yankees. I don't even want to look at it, to be honest. Jordan Lyles pitched for Texas. They made him look like Cy Young on that day as he pitched 6 innings, giving up no runs and striking out 4 to get the win. Leclerc, with his bloated 6/6 ERA, picked up his 15th save. James Paxton has now lost 2 in a row and falls to 13-2 on the season. So the Yankees dropped the first game of that series at home in the Bronx, and then on Saturday they lost 2-1. If we take a look at the box score, Chu had a couple hits for Texas, and Calhoun hit a home run. For the Yankees, Stanton had 2 hits and a home run in the 2-1 Yankees victory. The Yankees the Rangers defeat the Yankees behind Corey Kluber, who is 7-7 on the season. And for the Yankees, Tanaka picks up his 7th loss, even though he did pitch well, striking out 11 in 7 innings and only giving up 1 earned run. But that was enough for Texas to pick up the victory there. And then the last game, right before the Home Run Derby and the All-Star game, was a 7-6 Yankees win. For Texas, Santana had a big game. He was 3 for 5 with 3 RBIs. He hit the lone home run for Texas. As for the Yankees, Judge had 2 hits, as did Voit and Sanchez. Hicks drove in 3 runs. Aaron Judge and Luke Voigt go big fly, and the Yankees win the last game before the All-Star break. As far as the home run derby goes, I checked the list of players, and Aaron Judge made the team to participate in the All-Star game, or the home run derby rather. Let me check real quick. The 8 players that will be participating in the home run derby are Nelson Cruz of the Minnesota Twins, who has 35 home runs on the season. Christian Yelich will be representing the Brewers with 32 home runs. Yordan Alvarez of the Astros will be participating with his 28 home runs. Our very own Aaron Judge is also in the home run derby with 27 home runs for the Yankees. Mitch Haniger for the Mariners with 26. Max Muncy of the Dodgers with 25 home runs. Mike Moustakas of the Reds with 25 home runs. And young power hitter Cody Bellinger of the Dodgers rounds out the 8-man field in the home run derby, which will be the next episode. Let's take a look around the league, shall we? If we look at the standings here, we have our New York Yankees clinging to a 1.5 game lead over Boston. Tampa Bay still alive, but 8 games back. As far as the AL Central, Cleveland is leading that division now over 2.5 games over the Minnesota Twins. The Angels continue to lead the AL West over Oakland and Houston, who are both 8.5 back. In the National League, the Mets lead the NL East by 6.5 games over Washington. The NL Central is being led by the Chicago Cubs, 4.5 games over the Cardinals and 6 over the Reds. And the NL West is being led by the Los Angeles Dodgers, who are up 8 games on the second place Colorado Rockies. Let's take a look at the full standings now so we can check the wild card scene. At the moment, the Red Sox, Athletics, and Astros are all tied for the wild card berth, followed closely by the Twins, who are a half game out, and the Rays are only 3 games back. Even the Mariners and White Sox are still alive, so it should be an exciting race to the wild card in the American League. Hopefully the Yankees can hold on and win the AL East. For the National League, if we were to look at the wild card, the Rockies and the Cardinals are leading the wild card slots, followed closely by the Reds, who are 1.5 games out. The defending champion Washington Nationals are 3 games out, followed by the Giants, who are 4 games away. The Phillies are 5.5 out, and the Brewers are down by 6 games, and the Braves are down by 7. So it should be an exciting race in the National League, too. We'll have to keep an eye on that trade deadline. Let's go and look at the league leaders now. The league leader in batting average is Jorge Polanco, who's batting .342. Followed closely by Mike Trout and Anthony Rendon of the Los Angeles Angels. Andrelton Simmons and J.D. Martinez are tied for the league lead in hits, followed by Jose Martinez. Tim Anderson leads the American League in doubles with 32. Austin Meadows and Byron Buxton are tied with 6 triples here at the All-Star break. Nelson Cruz, this guy just doesn't slow down. over 40 years old, and he almost has 40 home runs in the first half, as he has 35 and leads the American League with those 35 home runs, followed closely by Yordan Alvarez of the Astros and our very own Aaron Judge. Cruz also leads in RBIs, followed by Matt Olson of the A's and Alvarez of the Astros. 88 ribbies for Cruz in the first half. Anthony Rendon leads the American League in runs scored, followed by Trout and Cruz. D. Gordon leads the American League in stolen bases, followed by Mondesi of the Royals and Cameron Maybin of Detroit, former Yankee. Mike Trout leads the American League in walks and on base percentage by a large margin. Slugging percentage, Nelson Cruz with a .690 slugging percentage, tied with Mike Trout actually for the slugging percentage lead. They are both worlds apart from the third place player, which is Yordan Alvarez. Mike Trout leads in OPS, followed by Cruz and Rendon. As far as pitching, James Paxton leads the American League with wins with 13, followed by Cole and Chris Sale with 12. Taylor Rogers of the Minnesota Twins leads the American League in saves with 29, followed by Noah Ramirez and Brad Hand with 28 and 26 respectively. Chris Sale has a microscopic 1.37 ERA on the season for the Red Sox. He is the only player under 2 in the American League. Justin Verlander has 5 shutouts, followed by Sale and Cole with 4 and 3. Garrett Cole leads Chris Sale by 1 in strikeouts, 169 to 168. Garrett Cole and Justin Verlander are tied for complete games with 6. Chris Sale has the most innings pitched with 150. Chris Sale also leads in WHIP, tied for first with Justin Verlander with a .96 WHIP. Very impressive. Pitching WAR goes to Chris Sale so far with 4.9. Wins above replacement. Batting WAR is Mike Trout. That'll do it for the American League. On to the National League now. The National League batting average leader is Jason Hayward with 320 with a 329 average, followed very closely by Freddie Freeman of the Braves with 328, and Eric Sogard of the Brewers is having a nice season with a 324 average. Freddie Freeman leads the National League in hits, followed by Jonathan Villar and Charlie Blackmon. 120 for Freddie Freeman leads the league. Villar leads in at-bats. Bryce Harper leads the National League in doubles with 31, followed by Starling Marte with 30. And Trey Turner, Villar, Acuna Jr., and Blackmon are all tied for third with 27 doubles. Chris Bryant leads the National League with 9 triples. Christian Yelich is on fire and having a magnificent season in his own right with 32 home runs for the Brewers, followed by Bellinger, Schwarber, Moustakas, and Muncy, who all have 25. Manny Machado of the Padres has knocked in the most runs in the National League with 78. Moustakas and Muncy are close behind. Justin Turner of the first place Dodgers leads the National League in runs with 72, followed by Chris Bryant and Nolan Arenado with 66 and 64. Stolen bases, Trey Turner of the Nationals. He leads the National League with 36 stolen bases. Starling Marte of the Diamondbacks has 27. And VR rounds out the top three with 21 stolen bases. Eugenio Suarez leads the league in walks with 69, followed by Betts and Carpenter. On-base percentage, Eric Sogard of the Brewers, a .425 on-base percentage. In second place is Matt Carpenter of the Cards with .422, and Mookie Betts of the Dodgers with .420. Slugging percentage is Christian Yelich by far with a .678 slugging percentage, followed by Bellinger and Turner of the Dodgers. OPS is Christian Yelich with Justin Turner and Jason Hayward rounding out the top three. Max Scherzer leads the National League with 17 wins. Wow. Walker Buehler of the Dodgers has 16. And then Yu Darvish and Clayton Kershaw are tied for third with 12. As far as saves, Kenley Jansen leads the league with for the Dodgers with 31 saves. Seth Lugo of the Mets has 30, and Sean Doolittle, who has been traded 3 times already in this season, going from Washington to Tampa Bay to Miami, all before the All-Star break, he has 29 saves on the season. Walker Buehler leads in ERA with a 1.96 ERA, the only pitcher in the National League under 2 for an ERA. Max Scherzer and Noah Syndergaard, 2.22 and 2.23 ERA, respectively. Round out the top 3 there. As far as shutouts, Clayton Kershaw has 5 shutouts on the season for the Los Angeles Dodgers. DeGrom has 4 and Scherzer has 3. Max Scherzer is leading the National League in strikeouts with 181. Jacob DeGrom has 166, and Jack Flaherty has 163. As far as complete games, Clayton Kershaw leads the league with 6, followed by DeGrom with 4 and Scherzer with 4. Max Scherzer also leads the National League in innings pitched with 146, followed by DeGrom and Kershaw. Some usual suspects here. DeGrom leads the National League in whip with a .92, followed by German Marquez of the Rockies with a .94, which is impressive for a Rockies pitcher. And Walker Buehler is third with a .96 whip. For pitching WAR, we have Max Scherzer with a 4.4 wins above replacement, followed by DeGrom and Buehler, who are both tied with 4.0. Batting WAR is Chris Bryant, 5.4 wins above replacement, followed by Justin Turner with 4.9 and Mike Moustakas with 4.8. And that'll do it for the statistics there. Now let's go take a look at the Yankees. We'll go to their lineups and go through player by player real quick. DJ LeMahieu, 281 with 9 home runs and 30 RBIs on the season. Judge is batting .295 with 27 home runs and 57 RBIs and will be representing the Yankees in the Home Run Derby. Shortstop Gleyber Torres, .263, 15 home runs and 47 RBIs so far for the Bombers. Giancarlo Stanton, .251, 23 home runs, 58 RBIs in the first half. The surprising Luke Voit, batting .317 with 21 home runs and 50 RBIs here at the All-Star break. A quick little side note. Going into the Home Run Derby, they haven't formally announced the All-Star teams, but looking through the All-Star votes through the first half, we did not have a Yankee in the top three of any position for the All-Star voting. So first place Yankees, and we might not have anybody starting in the All-Star game, but it happens. As far as Gary Sanchez, he has had an injury-riddled first half and hopes to rebound in the second half as he is batting .197 with 7 home runs and 20 RBIs. Aaron Hicks put up some impressive power numbers in the first half with 24 home runs to go with his .267 average and knocking in 63 runs in the first half. Gio Urshela batting .277 with 11 home runs and 35 RBIs. And Mike Tauchman, who has won everyday job, he is batting .290 with 12 home runs and 32 RBIs. As far as the bench, Brett Gardner in a limited role is batting .235 with 5 home runs and 16 RBIs. Mike Ford in limited time is batting .353 with 1 home run and 3 RBIs. Tyler Wade, who's been with the club for most of the season, it's been hard to get him some playing time, and when he has struggled, batting .175. However, he's played great defense, so that's where his value lies with this team. As far and pinch running, Miguel Andujar batting .289 with 14 home runs and 32 ribbies, and James McCann, who we picked up in May and got hurt and recently came back, is batting .333 with 1 home run. So the lineup has been impressive. They've cooled off lately, but they've been impressive so far this season. As far as the pitching rotation, Garrett Cole is 12-6 with a 2.49 ERA. Luis Severino is 7-4 with a 4.23 ERA. James Paxton, 13-2, leading the American League in wins to go with his 2.52 ERA. Steady veteran Masahiro Tanaka is 6-7 with a 3.45 ERA. And rounding out the rotation is Jordan Montgomery, the lefty, who is 4-3 with a 3.49 ERA on the season. J.A. Happ, who has pitched in relief for the whole season except for 1 spot start, he has 10 wins in relief for the Yankees and a 3.24 ERA, which has been impressive. It has helped greatly as he has been put into games later into games when the games are tied, and you could just let him go because he has the stamina. So he's been very valuable thus far, even though he's rumored to be on the trading block. Chad Green, who we had high hopes going into the season, has not lived up to expectations as he's 1-4 with a 5.26 ERA. And speaking about not living up to expectations, Aroldis Chapman, who in 28 innings has an ERA of 6.75 on the year. He does, however, have 13 saves, but he has blown 4 of them. So he's got that going for him. Jonathan Holder, he has done well this season. In 28 innings for him, he has an ERA of 2.57 to go with a 1-loss record of 2-1. Adam Ottavino, the right-hander, is 0-1 with a 3.03 ERA in a setup role. And also in the setup role is Tommy Kahnle, who's 1-0 with a 3.08 ERA. And then Zach Britton, who up until recently had won the closer's job from Chapman. However, he blew a save and then was too tired to pitch the next day and Chapman sees that opportunity here right before the All-Star break to pick up a couple saves, so hopefully they'll both be working strong going into the second half. Zach Britton 1-1 with a 1.78 ERA, striking out 25 in 25 innings, and he has 8 saves on the season, and he has blown 2, so we'll see who ends up the Yankees closer as the season goes on. And that'll pretty much do it for this episode. The next episode we are going to be doing the Home Run Derby. The Home Run Derby will be at Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles. I still haven't decided if I'm going to play the All-Star game or not. I may or may not. But regardless, I will be playing one of these 2 games in St. Louis. And we'll see how that goes. As far as my own personal performance throughout the season, for those of you following along, I quick manage, or I play 1 game a week on the calendar and quick manage the rest. And so far in the games I've played, I am 11-6, so not a bad first half in that aspect. So that's what we have to look forward to. That is a summary of the first half. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope to see you in my next episode, the Home Run Derby in Los Angeles. Thank you all for tuning in. Take care.